Breaking news tonight, and it's a bombshell. The FBI raids the office of President Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen.
The president, as he watched the raid on television, was furious.
Trump erupted. He was very upset. He was consumed by this news all day. It was very troubling for him and scary for him.
FBI raiding his office, his home, and a hotel room.
White House advisors are saying, can we turn off the televisions? All the president is doing, they say, is getting himself agitated. Click over to Fox.
This is a Fox News alert. There's some breaking news today on...
He watches CNN.
The FBI raids the office of President Trump's personal lawyer.
Go to MSNBC.
New York Times breaking the news in the last few minutes that the FBI has raided.
He'll go back to CNN.
Also seized emails, tax documents, and business records.
And he'll just keep seeing those two words on the chyron, Michael Cohen, and it sends him into a rage.
The no-knock raids by FBI agents were the result of a referral by special counsel Robert Mueller.
To the president, it was a personal assault from the FBI, the Department of Justice, and Robert Mueller.
A lawyer is just like a priest, a doctor, and a wife in terms of privilege. So I don't blame President Trump for being a little upset that somebody's looking into what he may have told his lawyers.
The Cohen raid was a sign Trump's personal life in New York was colliding with his presidency in Washington.
Cohen brings it right back to Trump Tower, to how Trump really operated for decades, having someone like Michael Cohen, not just a lawyer, but a fixer at his side.
For years, Trump had used Cohen to protect his image, just as he used Roy Cohn decades before.
I think that he looked at Michael as somebody who would be his day-to-day Roy Cohn. Michael, in a lot of ways, was very good. Michael also was able to close a lot of problems down.
Cohen liked to brag that he was willing to take a bullet for his boss.
He portrayed himself as a tough guy. He was willing to sort of intimidate people on Trump's behalf, threaten people. He was a bully.
Cohen shielded Trump from bad press. One method, blunt threats to journalists.
Mark my words for it. I will make sure that you and I meet one day while we're in the courthouse, and I will take you for every penny you still don't have.
The call was to reporter Tim Mack at the Daily Beast.
So I'm warning you, tread very lightly, because what I'm going to do to you is going to be disgusting. Do you understand me? Don't think you're going to hide behind your pen, because it's not going to happen.
Michael Cohen basically just threatens this guy like some kind of low-life thug.
I'm more than happy to discuss it with your attorney and with your legal counsel, because you're going to need it.
Cohen was infamous for his role in the Stormy Daniels story, orchestrating a hush money payment to the adult film star, who threatened to reveal a sexual encounter with Trump.
He cleans up messes. And an accusation about an affair, a demand for some kind of compensation to keep quiet, that's exactly the kind of problem that Cohen would like to try to solve for Donald Trump.
Michael is very good at killing stories. He's gotten Trump out of a lot of issues, I would say, and that was his job, and he's done a good job out of it.
Now Cohen was the target of a federal investigation, one which could expose the work he did for the president.
There is a ton that he could tell prosecutors.
A very real possibility that he's going to cooperate.
Reportedly is connected to the Stormy Daniels story.
The day of the Cohen raid, the White House insisted it was business as usual. They invited the press into a national security meeting. But Trump wanted to go on the attack.
Come on in, folks. Come in. So I just heard that they broke into the office of one of my personal attorneys. Good man, and it's a disgraceful situation. It's a total witch hunt.
The president is so enraged and obsessed with what's just happened that he can't keep himself from talking about it. At a public briefing, he repeatedly uses the words disgrace, a disgrace.
And it's a disgrace. It's frankly a real disgrace. It's an attack on our country in a true sense.
Something clearly happens with the president after Michael Cohen comes under scrutiny from the Department of Justice. The president views that very much as a threat to him.
These people have the biggest conflicts of interest I've ever seen, and I have this witch hunt constantly going on for over 12 months now.
The investigation of Michael Cohen has to feel to the president like an arrow pointed directly at his chest. It has to feel that this is aimed precisely at uncovering the president's own history, both before he took office and since he took office, in ways that perhaps might be the most deeply sensitive to him.
This is a pure and simple witch hunt. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's a whole other avenue of potential exposure, criminal exposure to the president. This was clearly someone who was a very close advisor and attorney to the president, and who was especially involved in what might be seen as the president's shady business.